You're watching Amakosi for live. I'm with Playing the Field, my man Shakes Rampedi. You know him from Twitter streets, you know him from YouTube, you know him from your screens on the Premier League. Disappointing result for Kaizer Chiefs. I don't want to say again, but it's been a while since I've seen Kaizer Chiefs play this badly. It's a loss 3-1 to Bloem Celtic. Shakes, thanks for joining us. What did you think of the game, brother?
Yeah, man. Look, Chiefs didn't play well, but I have to really give credit to Bloem Celtic. Celtic were brilliant, man. I think that was their best game that they've ever played. I think the combination play between the players, the passing, the movement, Letwalo, Sarah, Mabena, Palane, they were all so good. They were all so good, and they kept crossing behind the Kaizer Chiefs defense. And I think also with Kaizer Chiefs to take the lead and then to lose the lead, and then not only to lose it, but it's like there was a point even in the second half that it almost felt like Kaizer Chiefs gave up. They were like, we lost, guys, we lost. They were not even trying to try or anything like that.
Yeah.
But they were brilliant. Bloem Celtic. Celtic were incredible, man.
I gotta give them credit as well. They saw our weaknesses and they absolutely they did everything they could. You know, they built on what other teams have been trying to do against us, and they took advantage of all of our weaknesses. Everything that we've been showing for the past season. Every time that we've seen a mistake that Chiefs made, they've actually exposed us completely. We saw, everything laid out to bear. We saw what the Kaizer Chiefs' weakness was today. For me, it started before the kickoff. I had a bad feeling about it because of the way that Medindop set up the team. So I want to talk to you about that.
Yeah.
What do you think of the way Medindop set up the team today?
It was.
He put on Cardozo left back, and he put in a Gay in at center. He started with Rama. He started with Parker. It was a very different team from what we see usually. What do you think about that?
Yeah, no, it was a different team. I think also, Cardozo was stretched out towards the left, but I think there were times where it looked like it was three at the back with the Gay dropping in, and as well as Parker being the left fullback, but that wasn't working out. And I think he put three at the back because I think he almost knew the pace of Bloem Celtic was very tricky, and I think he also kind of showed how vulnerable or how, I don't want to say scared, but how nervous he was about how they would punish. And then at halftime, he did changes. Lebog Manyama went off. And even with those changes, Bloem Celtic just didn't stop. They kept coming at Kaizer Chiefs. I think also what was troubling, or at least something that I found worrying, was the man of the match of Bloem Celtic straight after the game said, Kaizer Chiefs, we know how they play. They hit balls in the air and expecting to head them. I couldn't believe he said that. And I was like, wow, is that how everybody feels? Because as fans, we know that. We know this is how he plays. But now it seems like the coaching staff of Bloem Celtic and even the players are like, we know what's going to happen. They're going to just hit balls over the top. So, it's tough. It's tough for Kaizer Chiefs. I think it was a huge wake-up call, Mish. I think it was a huge wake-up call to think that the league is not done yet, and who knows? What if Sundowns wins and they're 3 points behind, and then it's the big clash between Chiefs and Sundowns? That's going to be massive. If Sundowns win against Maritzburg,
I envision like this. I don't want to. But I don't want to see it all crumbling because we worked so hard to come here. We could have had, we could have been 9 points ahead tonight. And now we're back in this position where we're walking on eggshells again. So it's just so frustrating to watch as a supporter, to watch your team crumble like this, Like you said, teams know how we set up now. We're just predictable.
Yes.
Absolutely predictable.
Yes. No doubt.
The thing is, that's another question that I actually asked one of our other guys that I spoke to earlier. I asked him, is that what we're doing now? We're not even studying the way teams are playing. We didn't set up today to play Bloem Celtic. We're just setting up to play the same type every week. What do you think about this?
That's actually a good point. That's a big point because it seems like we're more. It's not like we're studying other teams in terms of how they're playing as well, and we are only concerned about how we're playing, which is, I guess it's good that we're only concerned about what we're playing, but there's the other part as well that's like, I think we should have known Bloem Celtic were good with the ball on the floor. They were very good with the ball at the floor. We couldn't cope with their pace. We couldn't cope with their combinations, or even times where you could see Castro and Nurkovic just couldn't run after these defenders because they were just passing in between them as well. And I think also another thing that Ernst Lindorf really needs to consider, in my opinion, and I spoke about this, Khama Billiat needs to be benched. I think.
Thank you. So another point I brought up.
I think Khama Billiat needs to be benched. I'm so sorry, man. I can't. No, he's frustrating me. No, he's frustrating me because of I know what he can give, but he's not giving that. And when I was watching the game, the commentators said that his last goal was September last year, and I was like, we're in August now, and it's September next month. Are you seriously telling me? Yeah, no, I mean that's what I'm saying. Are you seriously telling me that Khama Billiat last scored his goal almost a year ago? That's where we're at. And he's not affecting games. And you know what? Khama Billiat, I love him. I think he's a good player. I've always said that he's a good player. I think he's naturally talented as well. But, I mean, there comes a point where we can't keep blaming the system. Yeah, but the system doesn't play for him. He doesn't even try hard enough. He doesn't run hard enough. His passes are being misplaced. I don't know, man. I don't know where he is. And for me, I think it's time that the likes of Zuma, or at least even, I don't know if it's Kambolo or something, but somebody needs to get a chance, because imagine you sitting there as a bench player or someone who's being benched as Zuma or something, and you're seeing a guy who's not giving enough, who's not scoring enough, who's not contributing enough to the field of play. I think I'd be frustrated if I was a bench player, and I'd go to Ernst Lindorf and say, homie, why am I not playing? Because he's clearly not doing anything, So yeah, I love him, but he's just been frustrating, and I think he needs to. Ernst Lindorf really needs to consider that. And you can just imagine, like you said, Mitch, working this hard to be top of the log for so long, and just imagine you lose it with like 2-3 games to go or 1 game to go. Who knows?
It's not going to be good. I think
it's not going to be good. Yeah. The banter is going to be real.
The banter. The thing is, fans are not in the stadium this time to like throw shit. I don't know what's going to happen in people's homes. Chairs are going to be flying.
True. I'm just saying, like, the fans are not in the stadium, which is, I guess, is a good thing. But I think for me personally, I think if Kaizer Chiefs was to lose this league, I think I will probably post the last game analysis, and I'll probably take a break from Twitter for like a week, bro. I can't see what they're tweeting because they're gonna be all over us. Already I'm seeing tweets like
there's gonna be a meltdown. Celtic, Twitter will have a meltdown, bro.
Twitter, there were people on Twitter that were saying that Bloem Celtic have fixed the country, So there's some people who've been waiting for this. So it's crazy.
Oh, man.
It's crazy. But Ernst Lindorf really needs to consider.
The thing now is we know next week Stellenbosch are also, they're not walkovers, they're a good team also. They're going to come at us the way Bloem Celtic have come at us. How do the players pick their heads up now?
I think the most crucial thing for Kaizer Chiefs is that they need to pick their heads up. They still need to remember that they're still top of the log. I think they still need to remember that they can still win the league. I think they need to put this result past them immediately. They must forget about what happened tonight, because tonight was shambles. But they need to be able to pick their heads up and eventually go at Stellenbosch, because it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy. And I can tell you now, Sundowns are licking their lips at this result. And they're probably going to pick their heads up in the Maritzburg United game. So the best thing Chiefs can do is forget about tonight. Forget it It's over. It's done. Let's not talk about it. We move on to the next. It's Stellenbosch, and you try win that game. If they keep thinking about what happened tonight, they're gonna falter against Stellenbosch, and before you know it, we're playing the champions, and the champions are not gonna let go of their title. That is.
No, not at all. And to end off your man of the match, who's your man of the match? Who's shone for you today?
I think Palani was good for Bloemfontein Celtic. I think he was really good. Serra was also good. He pounced on a Matao mistake. He scored twice as well. Yeah, I would if I had to stick my neck out, I probably would give it to Serra. He was really good. He took his chances when needed, and he definitely deserves it, the Bloemfontein Celtic. From a Chiefs aspect, the best player for Kaizer Chiefs, who was it? It was probably I would probably say. He made saves at the end.
I think all of them, none of them deserve any kind of recognition.
None of them.
Maybe Katsande. I thought Katsande maybe stood out for it, but I don't think he could. There was nothing he could do, but he did his job. And also everyone else besides Nukovic, because he waits for those balls. There's nothing else he could have done today. Everyone, the defense was just. I mean, Akumu was okay as well. He did his job. He did what he had to do, but I was very surprised with Matoho. I thought Matoho was
was not great today.
He's not there today. Cardozo, I don't blame him either because he started at left back, so he's just as confused. Rama was just atrocious. I'm sorry. I hope. I don't know. It's going to be I'm definitely sure that Middendorp is going to put a different side out on Saturday. We might even see Stash. I'm not sure. I mean. It would be nice to see Changazi starting. He was on the bench, exactly. I actually thought, since we get 5 subs, why didn't you try putting me on, But
I actually thought the same thing. I thought maybe if Burns Changazi would have been different, he would have actually tried to unlock the defense of Bloemfontein Celtic. Because even in the second half, Celtic were brilliant even in defense. They were not giving Chiefs anything. If they brought him on to at least unlock the passes, maybe.
Yeah, no, they came to play. So, congrats to Bloem Celtic. They really came to play.
They deserved it. That was the best game I've seen. Yeah. But Mish, it's been a pleasure, man. I really appreciate this channel.
Thanks so much.
This channel is doing well, man.
Yeah, thank you. So guys, don't forget to follow Shakes Rampedi as well on Twitter. Tell the people where you're at, man.
Yeah, Twitter, Shakes Rampedi, YouTube, Shakes Rampedi, Facebook, Playing the Field with Shakes. And I also got a Facebook profile, Shakes Rampedi, if they want just to talk to me, I guess, and not actual pages. But Shakes Rampedi on practically all platforms. Instagram as well, but I'm hardly there. I'm hardly there on Instagram, but Instagram too, Shakes Rampedi, you'll find me.
All right. Thanks, my brother.
I appreciate it, man.
Thank you. See you at the next one, man. Thanks so much for your time, bro.
You're watching Amakosi for Live. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel below. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Amakosi for Live. And give us a like on Facebook.